What's up, guys? It's Kret. Going into the second episode of Magic Rising. I got the cast here, minus Proxy, who's going to show up at some point. He has something to do today, so he'll be a little bit late. But, yeah, so at the end of last episode, we had just, uh, began, or really cast the first stone in the project to uncover what's happening with the Hudson River kidnapping. So who can tell me like what we figured out and where the group stands now?
I feel like I'm in a class now. Like, who can tell me?
Yeah, you are, and you're getting graded.
Okay, cool. I'm getting graded. Nice. Well, we started. We got to the point where we found 3 different kidnappings and started looking at all 3 of them. We went to all 3 locations. We still don't know the name of the first person, but we were able to get video footage. We found that they're using magic to influence what's going on around them, so we couldn't. They use magic to influence the third group, which I think his name is Andrew, the goth kid who was taken, and we know they use magic to influence the security cameras. Yeah, for the first kidnapping that we looked at. We don't know exactly what happened in the second one yet.
Sure.
We know the second guy is connected to a software company, and we killed one of their agents, or whatever you want to call him.
Yeah. But you don't really know who the agent was or anything about them.
Not really. I have notes from last time because I wanted to make sure I didn't forget it, of the feelings that I got from him when I used my mentalism on him.
Mm-hmm.
So we know a little bit about him, but only what we can interpret through the feelings and the emotions.
Cool. All right. So after that all happened, you guys, I would assume, returned to the nightclub and just maybe regrouped a little bit and headed your separate ways. I assume you do want to like go home, sleep, and come back refreshed. So you can
that
have
was a good reason
more
why
will.
Proxy's not here. He overslept.
Yeah, so if you guys check the project sheet, you can sort of just see your progress where we've cast the first stone into the first circle of the project. And we've discovered that that the victims are seemingly normal, but they do have magic, and that the kidnappers are also using magic to cover their tracks and to kidnap these people. And sort of the next step to whatever degree is to investigate magic in New York. Now, that's just sort of where we're left off. And I would assume you guys would just regroup at Le Baron to begin your investigation. So, what's the plan?
So we regroup at Leo Baron. We need to go over what we have.
Yeah.
All right.
So the first thing that I'll talk about is what we learned from what I got from the guy. So, who sent him? He has fear, respect, and reverence for that person. So it's almost cultish. Why is he attacking? Why is he attacking us? It's an idea of duty and honor. So he's gonna have whoever's controlling this probably has, just based on the duty and honor, probably has more than one person that they've got that has duty and honor surrounding this. And then the reason to live is why he said that. I said, why are you attacking them? He said, because it's my reason to live. And that could mean one of 2 things if I think about it. It means either they feel threatened, or he's doing this because he was told to, and that's his reason for living. Like, he's following these things because he believes in whatever he's doing so much.
All right.
That's what I got. I don't know if anybody else wants to add on.
I don't know.
Yeah, that
Our
sounds
characters.
good.
Yeah, we didn't really get much information, the 2 of us. We were more just there to fight people.
Yeah,
me? Or those two?
I killed
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, us.
I'd
We
like
were,
to point
we were
out
there
that
to
was-
kill him.
That was my kill.
Okay, fine. Your kill count, 1 for you.
Yeah. First blood.
Nice.
All
right.
Extra gold.
Sweet.
So we said we're gonna investigate magic, right? So we need. So that was the next thing.
Yeah.
So we need some kind of lead.
Well, we still need to know more about the first person.
Yeah, that's what I was
and
thinking.
We don't really have anywhere to go except that videotape, and the only thing we have is the license plate for that van. So unless we can find a way to get the license plate for that van, Dandy or Edward, whatever we want to call you, is you said it would take some time to do, but you could do it, right?
Rip Dandy.
Oh, he's dead again.
Yeah, he's dead again. Okay, well,
Every time, Dandy.
He says yes.
okay,
um.
okay.
I thought we ran the plate and we found it came back to like a hoax plate.
Yeah. It was a spoofed plate. Yeah, you found that out.
I forgot about that. Okay.
Yeah, but you do. The people on the tape, there was a detective and 2 officers. So
Do we know who they are?
no, they're a detective and 2 officers.
Did we see their faces? Can we run facial recognition?
You did see their faces, but the question is, do you have facial recognition software?
Mr. Hacker?
We have a hacker.
Edward, please.
All right, so go ahead.
We do not have facial recognition.
Okay. Rip that plan. If only one of us would have had an ability that would have been, brainy and not Bronny. We kind of screwed ourselves.
I would say take it to the police, but since we kind of attacked officers earlier, I don't think that would be a great plan.
Yeah.
We attacked officers?
Yeah.
Attack
They were
security
chasing us,
guards.
and we put a giant
Oh,
fire
yeah.
in front of a car.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
great.
that's a small problem.
Mistakes were made.
Hashtag
Yeah.
blame proxy.
There you go. It was Proxy who did it. I don't know. Anybody have any ideas? We still have that lead to the software company too for that. So the second guy.
Yeah, I guess
And
we
look
could.
down that symbol. Can we run a search for that symbol? Can you try to see if you can find any more information on that symbol?
Yes, we can do that.
We
All
have a
right.
symbol in the second and third guy's apartments, right?
Yeah, we took a photo of it.
Yeah.
Believe
Can we try to find that somewhere and see if it duplicates anywhere?
So you're
that
trying
idea.
to like use hacking skill to figure that out?
Yes.
Can you do like reverse Google image search?
Yeah, that's
Scan
kind of
the
what I'm
photo.
thinking.
Yeah, so like what are you trying to do? Are you doing something complex, or are you just like, yes guys, I will hack the thing, and then just reverse image searching?
Yeah, it's pretty simple.
Okay.
Like,
So what level's your hacking skill?
wait there. Let me. It's 3.
Your skill is 3. All right. And what level skill are you using to do this? Are you spending any
I'd
will?
say-
Are you using level 3? You can also use like level 2 as well.
I'd say level 2. Yeah.
All right. So basically, based on the difficulties chart, you're like accomplishing a task. So you're like, yeah, guys, I'll look up this symbol, and you look it up, and nothing comes up, which tells you that it's not something common, but it also doesn't tell you what the hell the symbol is. Hi, Proxy. So, yeah, you guys have, like, gone home, regroups at the nightclub the next day, so everyone has their will back.
Okay.
And, yeah.
Okay, is the other guy with us? The what's his name? I keep forgetting his
Jason?
name. Yeah, Jason something something.
The funny last name guy.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
He is not there.
We're back to our original problem of none of us has any actual information gathering skills.
That's correct.
Do we have information on where that software company is located? That the one worked for?
You could probably find that out, yeah.
We could go there and I guess ask them about the guy who went missing and what they know about him.
And look, I have this handy will tracker.
Nice.
For all the times I only use well.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
Tabernacle, there we go.
Yeah, Jason Tabernacle. So, yeah, you could like figure out where the building is, sure. Or you could try.
Unless we have any better ideas, guess we can just go for that.
Yeah, that seems like it would be like a Google search.
Alright. Yeah, I mean, I assume once again you just are like, Edward, find us where this building is. And he's like, yes, I will use my hacking expertise to do this. And he just Googles it.
Oh, he hacks
Basically
time, man.
what happens.
Yeah, I mean, you find the address. It's, it's, by the waterfront in, the financial district.
Wasn't there?
Anybody-
Hold on a second. Wasn't there a third location on that map that we didn't go to?
No, you went to all three.
You went
Yeah,
well.
okay.
Yeah. You went to the one in the alley, where there was the cop that you don't really know anything about. You went to the park where there was the software engineer, and then you went to the pier where there was the goth kid.
Okay.
I have a question. Sorry, I don't know if you
Mhm.
covered this before. Since the day change, do they all get their wounds back, so to speak? Do they fix their wounds, or are they permanently damaged?
Oh yeah, he burnt me.
Yeah, but that was only a surface wound, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that recovers.
Yeah,
If you
I
had a serious wound, it would take longer.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause I had screams of the dying.
Oh, yeah, that was also a surface wound, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
was.
Yeah, so you've recovered as well. Surface wounds recover, but if you get like a serious wound, that can stick with you longer, and like you might need healing and stuff like that. Because
I
like
got.
a surface wound is like you burned your hand cooking, whereas a serious wound is like your arm is on fire.
Gotcha.
I got shot in the face. Let me take a nap.
yeah, it's
I'll be
not
better
so much
tomorrow.
with that. Okay, yeah, so you're still in the nightclub.
Does anyone know anybody that can, make any sense of these documents? I'm talking about the papers that we recovered with the weird symbols and shit.
Sure.
We already
Is
did
it-
that when you were
Yeah, we
gone.
already did that. Basically.
Well, no.
sorry.
What they
What?
did was they Googled the symbols.
That's what Edward did. Yeah.
Yeah, technically, Dandy did that. Or
Okay,
Edward did that. So
I mean someone not
this
called,
way business is a few too many people.
as in someone that might actually know this and not the first page of Google.
Nothing came up, so we had like all the pages of Google technically.
Oh, sorry. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I think he
he's a
hacked
master
for the
hacker.
best results.
He's a master hacker. He can use the second page as well.
Yeah. Maybe even the third.
The other thing that I want to mention is don't be afraid to try to use abstract uses of your powers. So, like, I don't want to give examples because I don't want to help you guys do this because it's, like, really powerful, but think about the stuff that, like, your character might be able to do that's not just light the thing on fire or breathe the
I was
fire.
gonna say, let me see if there's any fire seal in the document. If there isn't, we don't have a document. 'Cause I worked-
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, maybe if we light it on fire, it will give us a clue.
You could search for invisible ink.
That's what I was about to say. Is there somebody who has good control of the fire? It's not gonna burn it.
Well, I think I have the
Wow.
best fire control.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't.
Yeah.
It's more of a
So I can try to. What would it take to check for any kind of fire sensitive seals or information?
Okay, so what would your character be like doing?
Sort of trying to, let's say, sort of summoning some fire around it, close enough not to burn it, but see if it triggered something. You know?
Okay.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, that would probably be like a level 2, right? It doesn't sound like you're doing anything particularly difficult. You're just like, I'm gonna summon the fire and see if the paper reacts.
Yeah, basically sort of heat it up without burning anything.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, so that would just be like a lesser manifestation of fire. That's something you could do at rank 2.
Yeah, I can do that. You know,
And the other thing, so this is a weird little thing about the difficulty system. You can do a rank 2 effect at a higher level. So, like, that's something that you'll need rank 2 to do, right? Because it's, like, not that hard. But if you spent a shit ton of will and did it at rank 9, it would do the rank 9 thing. It would have that result, despite being only a rank 2 effect. You know, so, like...
yeah. I was gonna ask, where can we see the ranks again?
It's in the handouts, and I can make it pop up on your screen like that.
Oh, thank you. Very useful, Brett.
Yep.
Just make sure that I'm, because I haven't read this since last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can use the level 4 for free then, because I have a level 4 thing. I'm gonna use the level 4 pyromancy on the paper to see if I can trigger anything or make anything pop up.
Okay, so that's doing something effective, something that moves you closer to your goals. Yeah, so you use this pyromancy on the paper, and I guess, so what, does your character, like, run his hands over it with, like, fire coming out of his hands or something?
Like setting the hand on fire and just sort of like going over it and seeing like if it triggers anything.
Okay.
Or maybe, yeah.
Nothing triggers, but you do sort of, like, in the process of feeling it, you do realize that, like, this is, like, a magical chart. Like, it's not fire magic, because fire magic looks very different, but it's some kind of magic. Because, like, it just has that sort of pattern, that sort of thing. There's an intensity to the way that it's put together.
Well, it ain't for me. Any of you guys want to try?
No.
Someone's got elemental
Unless the
stuff,
paper
right?
has some consciousness, I'm useless.
Maybe you can
I'm
see if
more
there's some sort
fire
of trapped
types.
consciousness in it.
I can try, sure. Level 3 mentalism. Try that. See if there's any sort of consciousness wrapped around it.
And this is
can
the papers from
the second guy.
the second guy. Yeah. Okay, so what does your character do? Like, what does that look like?
It's just like when I extend my consciousness out to search the building. It's the same thing. I'll just limit it to what's in front of me instead of extending it further.
Sorry?
It's hold on, am I muted? No, I'm not. It's similar to what I did when I searched buildings. It's just instead of expanding my consciousness out into buildings, I just focus in front of me.
Okay, sure.
It's just an extension of consciousness.
Um,
And my mind can touch other minds.
so what's your intention then? Like, what are you trying to do to
To see if I can feel anything there related to a consciousness.
Okay, yeah. You can tell that this is a complex ritual that is designed to tap into a network of consciences or consciousnesses.
So it's a ritual that's designed to tap into a larger network of consciousnesses?
Yes.
That's okay.
Whoa.
That's
You can also
tap-
tell that it's a self-completing rite, which means that, like, you sort of write out this formula, and the magical formula then gives you the answer as you continue to do it, right? It's sort of like doing long division, right? In the process of writing it out, you come to your answer.
Well, we gotta go deeper. Can you?
Could we try and replicate it? Like write it ourselves?
I mean, you could try. You don't... Would anyone have any reason to, like, understand the processes behind?
Here's the thing, right? We got a guy that understands logic behind coding and in a way programming, understands the logic of how things are connected
Sure.
like that. And we got a mentalist. Can we connect
Yeah.
the two of them to the? Can the mentalist guy connect the computer guy to the paper and sort of try to make sense of it? Or am I going to?
You could
continue
certainly
showing
try. That sounds like a fantastic idea. Yeah.
I'm happy to try that.
I'll try it.
Okay.
How do
So
we
what is
So,
Jacob
I have-
doing?
I have level 3 mentalism. What's your hacking at?
level 3 also?
Okay, so if we both spend a point of will,
Yeah.
also if I spend a level 4 mentalism, you do a level 4 hacking, like could probably get us somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is Jacob doing? Like, how is he making this happen?
Well, it'll be similar to the way that I make this communicate. So I'll be extending my consciousness towards Edward and extending my consciousness towards the paper and linking the two together. Using myself as kind of like the relay.
Okay.
Maybe you can touch them as well.
Yeah, touch probably would help.
Not in inappropriate ways.
Well, it
touch.
looks dramatic, so you know.
Sure, and then Dandy, Edward. What is Edward doing? Like,
I guess I'm just holding the paper and looking at it. I guess there's not really much more I can do.
okay, so yeah, Jacob spends the point of will to forge this connection, and Edward is now connected to this paper. But like, how is he trying to understand it? Like, what way does Edward understand code when he like finds something that he hasn't seen before?
I guess I'll need to spend some will to study the text or study the code and kind of work out how it works and what it means.
Okay, so it's sort of like you're just sort of examining it, but you're not really like
Yeah.
fucking with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Proxy has something. What?
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
To make that side of things more interesting? Can we go full Matrix and he basically closes his eyes and he goes into the code through the mentalism thing, just to make it more interesting rather than yeah, this is cool.
What if I get locked in there though?
Then you're fucked. It's a drama, you know. We have to help you.
Yeah, so you're sort of taken down into the level of the paper. And in doing so you start to understand it at like a deeper level of granularity. Like you're like you're getting closer and you're starting to see the building blocks of what this is, and you are able to determine that the paper is it's a hand-worked sort of parchment. It's been dipped in a special oil from a root. And then the ink is a combination of a certain kind of charcoal mixed with a group of herbs that like sort of they just like add scent, which is weird, but that's just sort of what you can determine from this. So you sort of discovered the base materials of the paper, and you think it's something that you could replicate, but you don't think it's something that you could like do differently. Like you could copy it without and make the same thing, but you couldn't use the same technique in a different problem.
Yeah, okay.
Cool. And then you are able to return to your normal consciousness.
Okay.
So that's what we get out of this. Scents, roots, oils. We're no fucking closer now than we were before. God damn it.
I mean, that's
But we are.
it's-
We
It's
are.
a little close.
Let's. I mean.
Yeah, but I'm frustrated. You guys have to.
Wait a second. Scents and oils, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
kind of related to cooking, right?
Okay, so you're gonna try and like determine what they are, maybe?
Yeah.
All right. What's your skill in your love of in your?
One.
That is brilliant.
One. Yeah.
All right.
It's
So
one.
I only eat the best.
I assume you're gonna try and spend will. Otherwise, you'll just be like, yeah, that's. I've seen that used in cooking.
Tastes like chicken.
Yeah, how much will do we have?
You have 8,
8.
and you can spend it in sets of 1, 2, 4, or 8.
I'm gonna
Who
spend.
will-
Okay, wait. What does 5 do? I'm thinking I should spend 4.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do 4 because that's something productive.
Okay, so basically Edward sort of says, well, so I've determined that the paper is like this parchment that's doused in a certain herb, and that the ink is charcoal combined with a group of herbs. And so you go to examine it further. What does this look like? Like, what does Feng do?
Like a food connoisseur. Just take it all in and try and sample it.
So you smell it a lot.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, so Fang like runs his hands over the parchment and like whiffs it, and he might even like touch it and rub it a little bit and then like taste that. And it is like this is like an excruciatingly slow process. Like he is going over this with a fine-toothed comb, except it's his nose instead of a comb. And you're able to determine that the herbs are the sort of herbs that are from a specialty shop, and because you do your fair share of cooking or enjoy your fair share of cooking, you actually know the shop that they're from. You like recognize that this combination comes from a certain place in Chinatown.
We should go pay him a visit, don't you think, boys?
I think so. Hopefully,
Yeah.
we're running the shop, and then Albatross can go do something. Cool. Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
Yeah, so you guys travel through Chinatown and make your way to the shop. It's just like a block or two north of you. It's it's sort of like a specialty store that it's the sort of shop that would be called an herbalist, but this is 2015 in New York City, so you call it something else, even though it's totally an herbalist, right?
Yeah.
A specialty store, a hippie store, or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. It would be called a specialty store.
How would we call it? A herbalist.
No.
Drum, drum,
Yeah, you walk in and well, Feng has been here before. So what does the shop look like?
Lots of. It's one of those like really close confines ones, where everything's stacked on really tall shelves,
Yeah.
really close together, not really ordered very well.
Okay, but this is your place, so I assume you just sort of know like right where to go.
Oh, yeah. I know where all it is. It's just not.
So are you guys gonna like buy the herbs that they used?
I think we should ask the owner if
Yeah.
he's, if he's seen anyone like suspicious buying those ingredients, because we know what the ingredients are, so we can ask specifics.
Also,
Alright.
he's a regular customer, so I'm assuming he knows the people that work there, sort of, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
he can,
I
he can
could
use that to talk to them.
All right. I mean, you walk up to the counter and there's a clerk there who's a local kid, kid named Eli, and you ask him to get the owner, who isn't in, but you get on the phone with the owner. And so yeah.
Talk to the owner.
An old woman just answers the phone and is like, "Yes, hello, is this Fang?"
Yeah.
Eli said you wanted to speak to me.
Yeah, I was just wondering who'd brought these ingredients recently.
She just sort of like thinks for a little bit and says, "Yes, it was a man by the name of Daniel. He was looking for very select ingredients that I did happen to have. He also wanted me to package them in a very specific way, and I was happy to oblige him."
How did he ask you to package them?
He wanted the ingredients individually wrapped, which, you know, usually you just sort of, right, because it's a root, you just put it in a bag,
Everything
but
else.
he needed everything to be separate, and seemed a little strange, but it's not completely unheard of.
Okay. And
Ask him.
what did this man look like?
She describes the man that, the same description of the man that you found for Daniel, where, I mean, like, you have a rough description, and it basically matches.
Can we order the same thing? Package the same
Yeah,
way?
Fang, like,
Okay.
picked them up and
Yeah.
has them at the counter.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Ask her if,
and then-
sorry, ask her if someone else ordered something like that recently, or if that's a one guy.
Yeah, yeah. That's...
She says no, not that I can think of. I mean, they're not particularly rare, but that's sort of what our shop is for, right? We just sell specialty things.
I'm out of character. I'm trying really hard not to intimidate the old lady just because I can.
She's a lady, so why don't I try and see if I can
Oh.
get anything extra out of her?
Can you do it over the phone?
Yeah.
Hey, baby.
And I'm humorous. I'll make jokes.
All right,
It'll be great.
try it. Yeah, give it a shot.
You know, I'll be joking with her, chatting her up, and I'll ask her if she had an address that the guy wanted them sent to her, or anything like that, or if she knew anything more about the guy.
Yeah, she says she hasn't really seen him before, and that he picked them up by hand.
Great.
Ask her if she knows, like, what this kind of ingredients could be used for. Specifically, like this combination, exactly.
She doesn't know what this combination could be used for. No. Hey,
Doesn't-
she says that she suspects
Any ideas,
it
guys?
could make a great quiche.
Also, that's a dead end. I think they're doing quiche magic, which I don't.
Well, we
No, but
could
you know
order
what
2
you-
lots, and I could make a quiche.
Can you make a magical quiche though? Is that within your power?
No, God, no. Just-
Damn it!
I mean, he could cook it with his dragon breath, I guess, but
I suppose.
It's good.
Any other questions?
I think
I've done a bit of reading in the past, and the ingredients kind of seem pretty related to like pagan, like kind of witchcraft. Kind of, I know it's a long shot, but we could ask how much she knows about that kind of area.
Oh yeah, we could ask her if she knows anything about magic without sounding okay.
Right.
Make
yeah,
it
Without
sound like
without
you're
asking
crazy.
if she sounds something. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
But
we know
magic-
there's a magical like underscene, right? Underworld or whatever it's
Mhm.
called.
Yeah.
So
Well, have you
if
ever
they were
gotten
gonna
any?
buy materials,
Have
then
you
they
ever
could just-
purchased reagents from her? Like for any sort of magic that you've done?
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay, so what
Yeah,
like
yeah, specialty blends.
yeah, so what sort of things have you purchased then? Like what has Fang done?
Just kind of low level, like quite simple things. Just
Mhm.
trying to experiment with how they affect
Okay.
what I can do.
Yeah, I mean, you feel like you probably have a decent enough relationship with her that you could ask without being like weird. Too weird.
weirder.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
exactly.
Deft.
So
Yeah. So have you do you serve like any kind of magic or arcane kind of clients or anything like that?
um she
Clothing.
says that it's not something unheard of, but she also um keeps her business matters private.
Okay.
All right. I think I'm gonna push for the intimidation here because this is going nowhere fast.
This is my friend. You can't intimidate them.
I'm not your friend. Don't forget, my character is an
No,
asshole.
no,
He
she's
is an
my
asshole.
friend, not you. You can
Yeah,
fuck off.
exactly. But I'm not your friend, so I don't care. So I'm sort of getting antsy, saying like, get something out of her. Sort of like sitting on the sideline, going like,
Yeah.
impatient. As in, I'm
Mm.
putting pressure on you to ask a little harder.
What else do you want me to ask her?
Tell her that it's really important that we find out like where these ingredients come from. We're looking for someone missing. Tell her it's important. You lie if you have to. I don't give a shit. Just get the information out of the old bag.
Okay, so how do I word this? Yeah, so I'm looking into I'll tell her I'm looking into the disappearances, and I'm afraid it could start affecting this area next. I don't know who could be targeted. Someone to get to the bottom of it before it does.
Okay. She gets sort of like a worried tone in her voice and says, it's not something that she wants to get involved with, and she tries to stay neutral. But, there are definitely people who visit her shop with magical needs. Or, like, with looking for reagents for magical spells.
Okay, so does she know where these kind of people would gather apart from here?
No, but she says that she'll give you a sort of recipe for a spell that can track magical happenings in the area nearby you.
Okay,
That's the
that's
ticket.
a win. Yeah.
Yeah, so she just sort of lists off like a long list of reagents, just like various roots and oils and like this certain kind of cauldron that's made of like a wicker that's very tightly bound, so it holds liquid, but it's also very clearly flammable. And she just
That
creates.
is the danger in this party.
She just like lists off this thing and tells you how to do it, and tells the clerk to bundle it the way that he knows how, and he bundles it very tightly using one of the reeds that you've purchased to like create a very tightly bound bundle of these herbs and places them in the pot for you. And she says that you can burn this to try and detect magical presences nearby you, but that it's a fairly tiring process and not something that you'd want to repeat.
Okay. Unless we have any other questions, I think we should take it with us.
I think
Might
that's as
figure
much
out
as
where
we
we want to
use.
use it. Because we don't want to I presume it has a relatively short range, right? It can't. It's not like
Yeah, it's
the
not
whole
going to be like the entire state of New York.
okay. So we want to decide where we want to better this first.
Yeah.
So unless anyone has anything else to ask them,
Nope.
just thank them and leave. Then I guess.
Yep.
This
Cool.
is gonna track people, right? So maybe either we go to one of the murder sites, maybe the most recent one, or the like. How big is the range on this? Can you tell us, or do we have to find out basically?
She says it would cover maybe a quarter of Manhattan Island.
Okay, so like,
they're all quite grouped up anyway. So we just need
Yeah.
to in that general area.
Yeah.
okay, so close enough to that area basically to cover as much ground as we can.
Hmm.
Do we need to prepare this beforehand? I don't remember what the instructions were.
It's basically already prepared for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe Mr. Mentalist wants to take this over? It sounds like the kind of thing you would do.
I could.
Yeah, so the instructions that she gave you was that basically you just need to light it on fire and pour a large helping of magical energy into it. And so it's going to take a total of 8 points of will to complete this ritual. But that can be split
Yeah.
among different people.
Okay.
Well, that sounds Dio. You got 8 points of will or 8 like because he has pyromancy level 4. Would that count?
No,
as
no,
4
no.
points?
8 points of will.
Flat will, yeah.
This is not your magic. This is someone else's magic.
Yeah.
I was trying to find a loophole, but
Nope.
that for me.
Nope.
There aren't loopholes in Dice's games.
Not gonna let me.
I'd say we should do 2 from everyone but Fang because he's already
Yeah.
low.
He's already low, yeah.
Yeah.
Just kind of split it out between us.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, so where are you going to perform this?
Take my
Central Park. No.
In the kind of the bottom left of Manhattan, because that's where the kidnapping. is.
So if you just click and hold on the map, you can ping.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, I'm not.
Cool.
Oh god, I'm so bad with technology.
You have to be
Uh,
using the
oh.
cursor tool. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so that would be so basically near one of the kidnapping spots.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, so that's in Tribeca. Are you going to one of the spots or are you just going to the area nearby it?
I'd say go to the area nearby it so we don't attract unwanted attention while doing it.
Sure.
Yeah, and if it covers it up to that area, you know?
All right. Yeah, so you find a park in Tribeca, Washington Market Park, which is right near a community college. It's like not particularly big. It's pretty close to all the different locations, like it's kind of between them. And it gives you a nice location where you can get some privacy to perform this ritual.
Go ahead and do it then.
All right, who's spending will?
Two of
Everybody
everybody, but
except Fang.
All right.
by our powers combined.
All right. So what does this look like?
Do we have to do a blood thing? Do we have to sort of
No.
donate a little blood as our will? No.
Well, your character certainly could.
If you wanted to, of course.
Yeah. But
No,
it's
I
really
did
like
myself, right?
each player is contributing in their own way, or each character is contributing in their own way, but it's just sort of like add your power to this as it burns.
I think you said burn. I think that means we all have to use our fire magic now.
I don't have fire magic.
Ah, rip.
We incinerate the entire recipe. There we go.
Yeah.
Game over.
Nice.
We burn it. Hashtag lit.
All right, so you guys light this this sort of
Concoction.
honestly it's kind of like a bouquet, right? Like it's in this sort of cup and it's a bunch of herbs, and the fire starts to grow hotter and hotter and brighter and larger and larger, and as you start to add your own magical energy to it, which is fairly tiring, the fire actually grows very large to the point where it's like a blaze about 3 feet tall. Who is carrying the map?
I guess.
Roxy.
Oh shit. All right.
You're carrying the map? Okay, the fire sputters and pops, and
Yeah, he would be carrying that. All right.
it sort of just pops at you and engulfs you. It doesn't hurt, but you are presently on fire.
Please
Oh,
not
you
be
can
pain.
stay with me? Not this shit again.
Yeah, so how does your character react to that?
I guess like because it would have happened before and less, nicely. I guess it's just sort of a huh. All right. Now what?
Yeah, so the fire just sort of burns out until or like simmers down, and you're not affected. But wherever you have the map is just sort of like blazing.
Hashtag blazing lit.
Yeah, it's lit.
Yes, 420. Moving on.
Yeah, so
So
I was
the-
kind of
the map-
expecting something kind of Skyrim-esque, where it leads you to a quest, that kind of faint,
Yeah,
glowing
let's get
light.
something like that as well.
and then an exclamation mark appears over your map.
Yeah, that was
On our compass.
yeah.
Does it change anything in the map? I'm looking at the map. Is
Yeah,
anything
so you open
different?
up the map and there is a new marker on it. That's a color you haven't seen before, and it's in the far end of the financial district.
Is it the blue one on the map? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we got our new target, boys. Let's get going.
Yep. So you head down to. Well, I guess do you head there or do you stay?
I'm the one with the map. I'm going. I don't know.
So basically, Dio has been lit on fire. The map light's on fire. It sort of like burns out. He opens it and then just starts walking.
Yeah, basically like, huh.
Follow him then.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
I like that Jacob's reaction is exactly what I would expect from his character. Like, all right, let's go.
Yeah. So
All right, let's go.
you find your way. This is normally like you're not like the most adept at navigating the city, but this is pretty easy because it's just sort of like head south, and eventually there's water.
Am I still on fire? 'Cause
No.
that would be pretty cool
No.
for the
No.
device.
No, you are not still on fire.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
The
you're
map
good.
is still on fire, though, right?
Oh, did anyone actually pick up the stuff that, like the bouquet
Bundle.
or what's
I
yeah
mean,
the
Fang's
remains
got
of the
the-
bundle?
Fang's more familiar with it, so Fang did.
Did
Yeah.
If he didn't, he now runs back to do it.
he? Yeah.
Thing,
You're
please.
just like, oh yeah, maybe we should grab. So yeah, you pick it up, but it's just sort of like ash, and you can tell that like all of the magic has been burned out of this. So
It's very smelly ash.
yeah, it's very smelly ash. And
Use it as a seed.
if Dio like ran back to investigate, he'd probably just leave it there.
Yeah. Probably just keep walking. Like, fuck it, we're done with this.
Burn it more.
All right, so yeah, you start walking south out of Tribeca and into the financial district. Tall buildings, skyscrapers, and you walk quite a few blocks until you reach the south end, which is Battery Park. it's quite a large park, and as you get closer, the symbol on the map is glowing brighter and brighter.
Can I start walking towards whichever direction it goes brighter in? Like if imagine I'm going this way and it's sort of going normally, and if I turn that way and walk a little bit, it starts going brighter. So I keep going that way. Is there a thing that
The map actually just sort of has like a little magnetism.
Okay.
So
Follow the magnetism.
yeah, it's just sort of like pulling you in the direction.
Just keep going until it hits water, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, so you just keep going into the park, and you find yourself at this place, which is the East Coast Memorial. It's usually lit by street lights and surrounded by like a little wall. It's got these large stone pillars with names of soldiers on them.
We are there during the day, right?
No, this is night.
Night, okay.
Yeah, this is at night. And in sort of the center of this area, there is a big stone eagle. I said it's usually lit by streetlights, but the lights are out, and you see a group of robed figures standing in a circle in front of the eagle.
Okay. First thing we should do, since we've done it at every other point now, is I should extend my conscience to see if I can get anything.
Sure.
Yeah.
They are all deep in thought.
Can I sense any emotion? Any feeling or emotion at all?
No, you can't.
Okay.
While they're being all tactical, I'll just walk over and poke one of them in the head, like, "Hey,
Uh,
I'll
can
hack
I
them.
do that?"
yeah, I mean,
I'm
you can.
impulsive.
So there's like 5 guys standing in a circle. You can tell one of them's like sort of leading this ritual. Are you poking him, or are you poking one of the other guys?
One of the guys in the back, because it's the first one I get to.
Yeah, okay. So you sort of poke him, and there's just sort of like this magical backlash from the circle that just knocks you back. Like your entire body's just thrown backwards. You do recover, but it like boom.
Son of a.
Good deal.
Hey,
Kinda serves you right.
Yeah.
Mr. Mentalist,
Yeah.
your turn. I know you were doing that already. I'm just being the asshole, by the way.
So yeah, and you actually didn't manage to touch this guy. Like you just sort of got close to him, and it was just like boom.
Can I throw a rock at him, like a small rock?
Yeah, you can. You find a small rock and you throw it.
So romantic.
It hits him, and he like gets hit by the rock.
So wait,
And,
gets
like-
hit by the rock?
Yeah, he gets hit by it. He stumbles forward, and
Small one, by the way. I didn't throw.
yeah, no, not like a big rock. He like stumbles forward, and then like, one of the other guys leaves the circle. After about 15 seconds, he leaves the circle, turns around, and the 4 other guys just sort of regroup to reform the circle with 4 people. Sorry.
The guy I hit fell over. And
No. He just sort of like got knocked in because you threw a freaking rock at him.
Oh, okay.
But then someone else leaves the circle about 10 to 15 seconds later,
Okay.
and then the other 4 just reform.
Okay.
The guy leaving the circle is chanting something.
Anybody want to go talk to him? Anybody understand what the fuck he's saying?
Can we hack him?
His hands begin to glow.
Can we hack his brain?
His
I
hands
wish.
are glowing.
No,
We hack his hands.
His hands
Can
are
you
beginning to
hack
glow.
time?
He just sort of like kneels down and almost like a plexiglass looking bubble appears around this group.
I got a bad feeling about this. Anyone else got a bad feeling about this? I got a bad.
Just knocked him out. Then he couldn't.
I just lagged, so I missed whatever you guys were saying.
It was nothing
We're
productive.
having
Cool.
we're throwing rocks.
Yeah. So
They
There-
say about not doing rocks in the glass house. I'm not in the glass house.
They put the
Anybody
glass
wants
house
to try
on the
anything?
outside of the glass house, guys. Come on.
Can I still sense them through this glass thing? Whatever.
nope. You already had trouble sensing them. Now it's just
I know
like,
they were there and they were in deep concentration, but now I can't have anything.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You got nothing.
Okay, me being an impulsive jackass, I'm gonna walk over to the thing. Can I touch it, like gently?
Yeah, it's solid.
Alright. Can I try punching it?
Your hand hurts.
Well, that was useless. Anybody has any ideas? We kinda need to get through the other side.
No, keep just randomly throwing brute force at things. It'll work out eventually.
Well, you haven't actually thrown any real brute force.
Exactly.
That's true.
If
we
we
really
want to
wanna-
go in on this, I
Yeah.
can do the whole fire breathing thing.
Can they hear us
See
on
if
the
we
other
can melt
side?
it.
Yeah, they're just all chanting.
Okay, how we like? How we
Well, actually, you can't hear them, but like they're clearly not paying attention to you.
And they're clearly chanting.
Anybody wanna try to bash it in?
I mean, I could try with my actual power that I haven't used yet.
Yeah, never used it.
Can your character activate that power without feeling like he's in
No,
danger,
it's
though?
more like a. Yeah, that. We need to preempt it somehow.
Can I put fire at his feet?
Well, you don't know his power, so
Alright.
Can I not tell him to put fire at my feet?
then it wouldn't work.
Just tell him to trust. Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Who's the melee guy? Who's the melee fighter guy?
That'd be me.
Can we
Well, there's
both
two of
pick
us.
him up?
One
Can we
person
both pick
has.
him?
I'm improvised melee, and then there's somebody who's has
Okay.
dagger.
Can we both pick him up and throw him at the glass?
Wait, what? We're talking about bone transmutation,
Yeah, throw
Yeah.
Dandy at him.
I could.
but you
I could,
can't control it.
Yeah, I could headbutt the glass. Maybe that might.
Could
might trigger
I-
something.
Could I use my no? I don't know. Could I use my mentalism to? No, that wouldn't make any sense. Never mind.
Can we just
You
breathe
don't
fire
know
at
about my power.
Yeah, you could totally breathe fire on it.
it? Let's just do the fire thing. Let's do the fire thing. I'm gonna do the fire thing. I'm gonna breathe
Alright.
fire on it.
All right. So, what level effect are you using?
I'm running pretty low on will right now, so I'll just try the base one.
Which is
Alright,
what?
That's five. That's five.
That's 5. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's I don't know if that's really high enough. No. So yeah, what does it look like? What are you doing?
So standing a bit the way back from the bubble, and then just kind of stepping forward and
And just
Like a full-blown headbutt? Like,
yeah.
all right, so you
Yeah,
just
but, like-
you just unleash fire on this bubble.
Yeah.
It starts to shimmer heavily, and it's like left glowing. After you stop breathing fire, it's like it was just sort of this shimmering plexiglass looking bubble. Now it's like red and like glowing and shimmering, and it does not look as solid as it was before. But it does look very hot.
Hey, you've got ice, right?
Yeah.
For your elemental stuff. If you rapidly cool something that is really hot, it breaks.
Especially if it's glass.
Yeah. So
So I'll use one
Wanna give
will
that
to
a
do
try?
a level 3 freeze on it. Because I'm at level 2.
All right, cool. So what does that look like? What is Albatross doing?
You stand there. He puts his hands out towards the plexiglass thing or whatever it's called, and you just kind of see ice coming from the outside in around it.
So you're actually putting your hands on it?
Not on it, just up towards.
Okay, you can feel the heat radiating from this thing. And what level effect are you using?
3.
You can tell that you would need a stronger effect to actually cool this, because it is now very hot.
Okay. I guess I could try it again with 2 more bow.
All right, so you just sort of like amp up your power, right? Yeah, so you amp it up to a level 4 effect, and you're able to actually cool the glass now. It shatters, but it sort of like it's this red hot orb, and as it cools, it starts to shimmer very heavily, and then you keep cooling it, you keep going, it just shatters and knocks everyone to the ground. Let's take our first break.
Okay.
All right, we'll be back in about 5 minutes.
Such a